welcome back. Congratulations, you've experienced your first major market pullback this bull cycle. The pullback that makes you think, what on earth is going on? Why is my portfolio fluctuating so much? Why have my gains just been wiped away? And it's making you think. You're thinking, what's happening now? What do I do? Should I leave the market? Should I stay in the market? Do I buy? Do I not buy? I want to make one thing abundantly clear for all of you watching this right now. You are still some of the luckiest people alive, especially those of you that have just entered the market, because essentially you can now buy altcoins cheaper than a lot of people have been buying from the start of the year. You basically get to reposition, start building, which is what we're doing right now, CCP Premium, buying up value, and essentially you can make life-changing money. Let me just make this clear. In the cryptocurrency market, in a bull cycle, you either make a fortune or you don't. There's no in between. You make life-changing money or you do not. This is crypto land, where all things are possible, but you have to get in at the right time. You have to exit the market at the right time, and you also have to build in on value at the right time. There's certain narratives that are going to emerge after this reversal, and you just want to make sure you're positioned in on it. Now, let me just give you an example. bonktoken right now. We've seen the sell-off. Where did price go to? Price went all the way back to the lows that we saw in June, retested support, and is now making its way to the upside. Now, some of you may say, but we could fall lower. We could fall lower, and that's true. We could fall lower, but let's just look at the risk versus reward, right? Let's look at the risk versus reward. So I'm going to do, and again, this is just one example. I'm using Bonk as an example. I could use better examples, but as the majority of you are currently in Bonk, let's just have a look, right? So Bonk to our next target of 0.00013 is 478% now. Let's just say price could potentially move lower, which it could, of course, if the market does break down. So let's say Bitcoin decides to make its way to 50 to 48,000. Let's just say that's the case. Well, how much in value will bonktoken fall if this does occur? Well, let's just have a look. And again, we have to use live examples. We can't just make stuff up. So let's have a look. We saw a 25, almost 30% move on the previous sell-off on Bitcoin. So let's just say we see another sell-off back down, say 30%. Okay, we see a 30% sell-off, which doesn't even bring us down to our April lows, which is fantastic. So Bonk goes to around this area, right? So this at the moment is the worst case scenario short term, a 30% drawdown. Now, if you've been in the crypto market for quite some time, these types of drawdowns shouldn't really phase you. What should phase you is once you get past that 40% region, 45% region, that's when you can get concerned, right? But 30% drawdown. But let's look at the upside. Again, 478%. So essentially right now, the risk versus reward is 30% drawdown. And in fact, for you pessimists out there, let's just say 50% drawdown. So a 50% drawdown, you're going to be 50% down on your money, or you have the potential to ride this up to 478%. Now let's just look at that from a risk versus reward perspective. Does that make sense? Is that a good deal to you? And to make this easier, if I were to say to one of you, let's say I sent an email to one of you and I said, I'm gonna make a bet with you, and I'm gonna say that bonktoken, you believe bonktoken is gonna go down, I believe bonktoken is gonna go up, and I say to you, well, if bonktoken hits the target, I'll give you $1,000. And if bonktoken does go down, I'll give you, let's say, $100. What would you take? Would you take that bet? The majority of you wouldn't take that bet. Even if you knew there was a good chance of price going down to that area that you've predicted, you still wouldn't take the bet with me. Why? Because the risk versus reward doesn't make sense. If I win, I make $1,000. And if you win, I only give you $100, which means technically I can make that bet several times and the odds will always be in my favor. Ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what we're looking at right now. This is the greatest opportunity in mankind. And AI and crypto are the biggest opportunities right now to make an absolute fortune. And you're lucky you get to be you have the opportunity, you're exposed, you have the opportunity to get involved and really make something of yourself. But the ball's in your court. Now, with that being said, if you don't believe in crypto, if you don't believe crypto's here to stay, if you don't believe in certain narratives, then of course, leave the market. It doesn't make sense, right? If you don't believe in this, then I personally would leave. Why? Because essentially, the pain that you're going to feel if price does fall low and it decides to stay low for quite some time, you're probably going to just leave at a loss. And if you're planning to leave at a loss, it's probably best not to continue anyway. Take your loss, maybe go to the stock market where the gains are safer or whatever. But if you're here to make a fortune, and I'm speaking your language right now, then you want to join Crypto Crew Premium right now. We've just taken advantage of one NFT and gaming token in the AI sector with the AI narrative. We've just taken advantage of another incredible gem that we just bought at an all-time low. The opportunities are endless. If you want to change your life this bull cycle, join us now. And if you don't, well, I wish you all the best anyway. But this is it now. This is where the fun begins. And remember, historically, I've always been right. So, as they say, look left, structure leaves clues. This is it. July signals the bottom of the market. I'll speak to you all soon, guys. Seize the day.